ends of these roads, there's some residents, most of them I think from Kibra, who are trying to make their way here at the Lee Funeral Home, but security has been beefed up, and they have not been they have not been able actually to make their way here. And even as I give you this link, Seto, let me just acknowledge that I'm not alone. I'm with my colleague Haman Kamariki. Haman, from what we have seen here, and we can tell how much the security is beefed up. And like I told Seto, we have seen so many members of parliament and also senators also come here. Earlier on, we had three cabinet secretaries who said that they are prepared to receive the body of former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. This is a man, Haman, that is is a legend. He's a man that is going to be remembered for decades to come. And it's a story that we were talking about and saying for our children, the generation of our children that we're here to have, we're going to be telling them great stories about this very great man, this very great legend that unfortunately they did not manage, to meet.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing event. It's a moment where we need to reflect and find out the unity as more leaders have also talked to us. But you see, it is an indication of a man who has held a country together. If you see the kind of below around his movements, if you see the crowds that have been seen at JKA, if you see the crowds that are here waiting from both ends of this road to just come and see this kind of a guy, it actually just tells you that we have a leader here who is the epitome of leadership in Kenya, the epitome of politics in Kenya. And I don't think we have ever seen such kind of Labulosan leaders apart from the head of state. So Raila Odinga, as Kalonzo Musyoka would have put it in a different interview yesterday, whether in a post he put out on Twitter yesterday, it actually says that he's a president Kenya never had. Because the treatment, the hula hula around it, the wailing, the mourning, the way Kenyans are mourning this kind of a man, it definitely tells you that he's not just any other politician. He was the one people they call them the enigma of this politics as well. And so you cannot write him off the political spheres of this country. And as you say, Grace, we are not going to forget Raila Odinga because he's a man that we can tell to our grandchildren, our children as well, because he has taken his part in the politics of this country and taken a huge cake that no one can actually do away with.
Yes, for sure. He is a man that is loved. I'm not going to say he was loved, but he's a man that is still loved and loved dearly and deeply. As I said, we have been camping here since morning. We are waiting for the entourage that picked Raila Amolo Odinga from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, led by President William Ruto, as they make their way here to the Lee Funeral Home. Of course, what you expect after this is that it's going to lay in state at a parliament. But I don't know if you can hear the noises. It's getting louder and louder. Kenyans are eager to come and see their leader, their mentor. All right, that is the Odiinga party leader, the former Odiinga party leader. I don't know if I can say that.
Actually, former party leader, because we already have an acting party leader, that is Oburu Odiinga. Who has also been given that mandate by the Odiinga. And we honestly have to say former, but that former comes out with some pain if you're speaking about this kind of a guy. For those people who have followed his rallies when he was in NAFSA, the songs I've had you sing here some time back, it actually tells you how influential this kind of a man was. And looking at what has happened at JKIA, we might say if security is not beefed up here, we might actually see some of these members come closer to the gates because they are not in small numbers. Majority, they are on both sides of the road. So unless security is beefed up very well, we might have these members also accessing the gate of Lee Funeral Home. And remember, all the way from Mombasa to here, the longer they take, the more these groups actually come together to come and celebrate a man they know. So it's going to be a busy day, an emotional day, a wailing day. But just to also let our viewers know, is we also have seen a number of ambulances around. This is just to have a response to any of the cases that might come up. And I think that's what they're planning to see if they can also handle that. But truth be said, the crowds are charging on both sides of the roads that are leading to Lee Funeral Home.
Right, there you have it, Aseto. We are still camping here at the Lee Funeral Home as we receive the body of the late former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. Security beefed up, but we'll bring you new bit by bit, blow by blow as it happens right here from the Lee Funeral Home. Back to you, Aseto, in studio.
Thank you, Grace and Kamariki, as you bring us up to speed on the development from Lee Funeral Home. And as rightfully said, the security have taken over matters at the Lee Funeral Home. However, the numbers continue to grow.